Hello, everyone. We are live with a Season 14 top 32 game here in the TTS cuts. And today we have Razalas and Darkundo. Darkundo is an Italian player. He is bringing this web squad here. And let's see what we got here. We've got Lizard, Wong, and we have Rhino, Bill as our splashes. We've got Gwen, and we've got Gwenum. And looks like a pretty standard webs list here. Nothing too outrageous. And all right, Cat and the Spider, pretty cool. Makes sense. All right, nothing too flashy here. Let's see what we got on this side. Wakanda. All right, we have Wakanda with Bill, Zemo, Rhino, and Thanos. And okay, so then let's see what we have here. We've got Space Reality Thanos, perfect. Advanced. They both have Advanced R&D Embrace. Anything crazy on this side? Everything looks by the book here on both sides. I'm gonna let them know we're live. And here we go. All right, yeah, comments. Let's see what we got so far. Proxy, B Proxy says streaming on YouTube. No, I don't do dual streaming. I just stream on Twitch and then upload to YouTube. It's pretty straightforward. Schmid joining chat. Big game. Yeah, I mean all these games are pretty big and pretty important, I guess, right? These are intense, right? If you lose, you're out of the tournament, so those are pretty intense. These are mild butter chicken lists. But still will be a good meal. Hey, yeah, that's right. That's good. That is right. Hey, Joe, thanks for joining. Okay. Butter chicken lists, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty fair. That's okay. It'll come down to player skill and it's no, I don't know, it's pretty by the book. I mean, this is what you see when both players are trying to win. Like they don't put any nonsense in their lists. I mean, you can still try to win and put nonsense in your list, but all right, we got Extremist Spider Infected. Razalas winning priority here as the Wakandan player. Interesting. He doesn't have Quicksilver in his list, so we can't go for any sort of super jank on a 4-1 extract lead. No ASM. He'd be able to do it as well. So it looks like might be looking at, I mean, okay, 17. You're playing 17. This is a pretty classic matchup here. So do you just play like Shuri's bad here, right? Shuri's bad on a D shape. So this is where you bring in Zemo Rhino. I think you're playing 7 threat here. You need 10 more threat. So that's what is that? Is that Panther, Killmonger, Okoye? I went to an Indian weekend and saw a grown man order a butter chicken. Oh, that's fucking funny. All right, yeah, I know. Oh man, he hasn't. He has. That doesn't sound like a grown man to me. All right. All right. Everyone starts their Indian cuisine journey somewhere, I guess. Okay, so that's like I think that's my Wakanda guess here with those characters. Like Rhino and Zemo are just so good. Like how do you not bring them? They both do really well against Web Warriors. Okay, maybe you need the midline grab actually. So maybe you bring Bill to grab the midline. So maybe instead of bringing Rhino, you bring Bill here, which interesting. I don't know. Okay. So then what do you have for webs? Spider. He's probably going to die. He's going to dive, right? With like Lizard or Black Cat maybe? Rhino. Do you just bring Rhino? Because he's just too good. Miles, Gwen. So let's see here. We got Miles. Oh, if you bring Gwen, you can't bring Gwenum, which is cool. Which is Rhino. So you bring Rhino, Miles, Spectacular. So that's 10. You got 7 more to go. You bring Gwen and Bill, and you use Bill to dive. But it's hard to dive at on Wakanda, right? Sometimes because they're just juiced up. but you can do it. It'll force Wakanda to dive, and maybe they don't have the setup to do that because I don't know. Let's see what they bring out. Don't want to go down a giant chain of events and then just like doesn't matter. Alright. Looks like Razalas is trying to figure out the eyes play here, if he can make it. Probably can, right? You just put Bill behind the truck on this side, maybe? Like, I think you've got give, but... yeah, okay. And we jumped in a second, the game got started. Let's go, that's right. Game hasn't started yet. I mean, like, has it? I don't know. What? Oh, is this is the game, right? It's this is the part of the game that turn 0. They got to figure out what they're doing. I can't see them doing anything pretty crazy here. They both have 17s in their list, so they both probably should have a relatively good, I mean, the same plan. Wakanda doesn't have that much flexibility. If I was a Wakandan player, I wouldn't want to be bringing any sort of, like, cards that are needed defensively too much. Maybe, like, mission objective to counter the Rhino play, but, like, I don't know. They both are just like scoring teams, right? For the most part. So normally this is where I would say stuff like, yo, I'm going to promote my stream or promote this thing, but Montreal Shark Tank versus Pork Roll is wrapping up. I've got a game on Friday and a game on Saturday to stream. And so they're definitely doing those things. Wakanda has a great scoring team if you slip Black Hat Widow 3 in there. Yeah. Black Hat is in Razalas' list. Widow 3 is great. But, like, I mean, for the most part, just play Rhino. Like... until something happens, Rhino is just like too good as a scenario piece to like not bring in most situations. But yes, I can see Widow 3 being good in some spots, or better than Rhino in some spots. Okay. Alright. Razalas is a top... He has previously been in top 8 of the TTS League before. I don't remember the exact season, but it was in season... I think it might have been season 10, actually, if I had to guess. It's like 9 or 10. And then Darkundo, I don't know. I don't think he's been in many TTS leagues. But I believe this is his first time in the cuts, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to pull it up again. And just try to check, but that's... that's what I remember, at least. Was he one of the monsters that running Malkuth? Yeah. Razalas was a absolute, I don't know, whatever, butthead for running Malkuth when he was really good. God, those players, just ruining everyone's fun, basically. Oh man. All right, let's see what Darkundo is like a TO for some Italy events that have been running. And let's see what else. Let's see what else he's been in. Yeah, yeah. This is the first TTS league for yeah, first TTS league for him. So that is, I think. Wow, I gotta change filters on this. Yeah, there we go. Darkundo seems pretty new to Longshanks, at least. Only 15 games in. He's got like a 67% win ratio, so he's he's a pretty good player. Or I say that because because my win rate is about the same as his. So I don't know. Maybe I'm good. I don't fucking know. Jesus. All right, cool. I can't believe these players haven't already prepared a spreadsheet with lists for every crisis combination. I know, right? That's God. Like it would save everyone a lot of time. No one gave me props when I did that. Thanks, Lucas, for spending less time in the roster selection phase of the game, doing your pre-work. Oh, commission gig. Okay, sure, dude. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I'd definitely be down to do something like that. But I have no idea what that entails. Okay, yeah. This is the first season in 3 seasons or something like that in a while, in about a year, I guess, that the rosters are locked for the event. So both players knew what they were gonna be bringing ahead of time, and so they did have opportunities in the days before to practice against the lists and know what to bring on each scenario piece. You can use that information however you want to prepare as much as you want. And some players like to expend a lot of energy to try to play the best they can into the team that they know they're up against. Yes. Okay, here we go. We are streaming. This game is being hosted in Italy, so there might be... Oh yeah, the change was voted for. That's right, good call, Deaton. The change was voted on by the players. They chose to play in this type of format where the rosters were locked. All right. So we have on Darkundo's side, we've got ASM and Miles and Black Cat as the webs, so he could play either leader here. And then we have Beta Ray, Bill, and Wong with mission objective, fallback, all webbed up, brace for impact, advanced R&D. Okay, so let's see what we got on the other side. On the other side, we're seeing Black Panther, Black Cat, Rhino, Shuri, and Storm with Wakanda Forever, Robbery, Spirit of Wakanda mission objective, and I'm guessing Advanced R&D. There it is. Okay. So, any callouts here? We've got mission objective on both sides. We've got R&D on both sides. And yeah, looks like we don't have any brace for the Wakanda player. That's very interesting considering Beta Ray Bill is on the website. We've got Miles has a throw on his builder as well, the wild throw, but that's it for throws. Bill has a couple of them on his card. So we're gonna see if how that pans out. All right. All right, looks like I got a commentary partner joining me shortly, so that's pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, not a researcher, so there's already. Let's see how this goes here. Let's see if one team gets an early spike, it's just like the problem when you play against two scenario teams is that like if one team hits like a very significant like less than 10 percenter and it like goes very well in their favor early on, it's like a slow crawl into the inevitable end unless someone makes a significant blunder. So that's like the one problem with playing scenario games. But maybe the scoring being faster typically because there's more points on the board means that the games go faster. Maybe not though, right? Because then there's more characters, so there's more activations, and so therefore there's more thinking. There's a lot more thinking involved with wider teams, and yeah. So then that's what makes the game sometimes feel like they take a while. So let's see if that happens. I really obviously like the games that we all want to see are games where both players play really well. It goes back and forth, and then it ultimately comes down to a coin flip to see who wins the game, right? And then we all go like, "Oh man, we could have just done a priority roll, and called the winner right there." Yeah, 2 hours of work. All right, hey, what's going on?
Hey man, how's it going?
Good. How should I pronounce your name?
Just Yik Thulu is fine. Fine.
Yikthulu. All right.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to say it again, because
That's fine. It's you can just call me Yik for short.
all
It's
right.
fine.
All right, perfect. All
Yeah.
right, so are you in the room?
No, I'm turning on TTS now and turning off Dota,
Okay.
and I'm joining the game in a bit.
Sounds good.
So, sip.
Okay. Tuggernaut, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you not making any sort of predictions tonight. That was a disaster last time you 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 provided your commentary or you provided your guess as to who was going to win the game. Joe says my WT loss was literally a coin toss in the last roll. 50-50 pay to flip roll. Oh, dang, dude.
Let's see. I can't find the game. Can you throw me an invite just through Discord, maybe?
Okay. You found my technical illiteracy with
Okay,
that
so
situation. I just sent you
yeah,
I
so
sent you the name. Did it not work?
no, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's being not great on my end.
You could also you could
Uh,
commentate from the stream if that might work instead.
yeah. Well, if you go into Discord, the where you sent my message, you can click the plus, and you should be able to invite me directly to the game. But I will find your stream.
I don't.
I'll
Okay, I don't see that option. Maybe it's because I'm like I'm
yeah.
just a gray. I'm not like part of the.
Yeah. So
Maybe the
just
room.
open up one of your videos and I will go to your Twitch channel and I probably need to mute it. Okay, so I'm just full screening your stream at the moment.
Okay.
So
I don't have any delay on it, so hopefully it should be pretty
yeah.
smooth. All right, so it looks like we've got
Yeah.
deployment here on the Darkundo's website. We have ASM in the middle with Wong and Miles. Or like they're all kind of like evenly spread out here, but like Miles is on across from the North Spiders, and we've got Black Cat on the South Spiders. Wong in ASM basically in the middle. Then we have so then we've got Bill joining Miles up there, and against him we've got the Wakandans with Shuri in the middle for her advanced R&D Wakanda or Spirit of Wakanda play. We've got Black Panther. And right in the middle here with Ryan, they're all in the middle. I mean, that's what happens when you play Wakanda.
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course. That's how that play works until like in a couple of months, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I see like Cat is on both sides of the board. Obviously, very like the power model in since the glow up, I guess. Even though it was technically a glow down, but I mean, she got that crazy defensive attack, and now you see her everywhere.
Yeah, for sure,
Which
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like players playing the game at a high level gravitate toward consistency rather than anything else, right?
Yes.
So that's why everybody plays the really like the you can't really stop the thing with Rhino, not really post turn. Like sometimes he gets it off. Oh, interesting. He's going ASM. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, the slow will hurt Black Cat and Panther significantly,
Yeah.
and Rhino's like the only one here that like won't be affected too bad or at all on the slow. But the bump, like if Rhino already has a slow on him, it'll give you the ability for basically anyone on Darkundo's team to displace Rhino off the point or something like that with
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
second part
for
of the
sure.
leadership. So
Yeah, which is crazy. Like it's hard to leverage that leadership since you need like two separate activation to do it. But as a sort of a tool to flip points or like swing objective points, it's a very viable tool.
okay, so Yuk, you're from Iceland. What's the meta
Yes.
like in what's the game like in Iceland?
Um, well, well, we have about maybe there's six of us going to the WTC. One member is playing with the Team UN, and we managed to field a five-man team. We have a couple of players who play aside from that. People usually play what they feel is cool or interesting, so there's not really much meta chasing, even though people like sometimes watch the game and such. Uh, so so right now, like I'm mostly practicing the list I'm playing in cuts or in the 30, yeah, in the top 32, which is Avengers, and I'm the only Avengers players. And my friend is whom I practice with the most is currently playing Hydra, I think, with C no Strucker usually.
Nice. Is this your
Mhm.
first time making it into the cuts for the TTS League?
Yes, I've been close a couple of times. I managed to do a 4-2 like one or two times, but this is my first time getting through and I got through the game on I mean, it came down to one roll basically. If Voodoo were rolled one more damage and I one less block, he would have probably won the game.
Right. So we have Black
So,
Panther. One second. We have Black Panther going first. We're with Razalas' team. He gave a power with advanced R&D to Shuri, who then played Spirit of Wakanda, which gave everyone within two of Shuri two extra power. So that's why his team is pretty much juiced up. Black Panther grabbed the
mhm.
middle spider. That's reasonable because he doesn't Darkundo doesn't have any sort of damage or like attack response any sort of very
No,
strong response. And then ASM
no.
has now countered by diving into a back spider of Razlas's. And so
Ooh, that
now, yeah, so
might
let's see how this
backfire
goes.
actually. Like that looks pretty close, but he might be able to steal it. If he can steal it, it's going to be devastating.
Yeah,
He
so
might set up the steal by throwing ASM toward Cat
with
and try this.
Storm.
Yeah, exactly. So Storm will double move to the bottom point, probably throw Spider-Man along the way and just stay on the point. Actually, yeah, I mean, but he doesn't have to rush that, so he probably picks up one of the side points.
Yes, he doesn't.
Yeah, there he goes.
He wouldn't want to rush it because
No.
Bill could easily dive the other one. So you don't want to be in a
Yes.
bad extract
Oh,
position here.
yeah, exactly. And they're both 5 wide, so this is gonna be a bunch of 1v1s, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
And because it's D, it's hard to collapse. I mean, I guess ASM can always go wherever he wants to go.
I don't. I feel like I would just put I would either I'd okay, Shuri can't get any points. She has to sit on the back line because she has zero power. So like
Yeah.
I just pick Storm? Like look at that. I think that's in. Like I'm gonna tilt the camera. That looks in on range one. And so um
Yeah, I mean that looks pretty good though, and is
so
going to be pretty devastating.
you
I
don't
mean,
need
as a
Storm then. You
counter,
don't
he
need
will.
Storm. So you just
Yeah,
got
that's true.
yeah, you have Storm grab your home spider then. And
Yeah,
because then next round she's got 3 power to move, throw someone off the
yeah,
point or something like that. And then
yeah.
Shuri sits on the back line. Black Cat moves and steals from ASM, and then Rhino can set up, like, can actually use his steel card. All right, so he's opting to go with Rhino here and grab the piece. Let's see. The question is, will Rhino continue to move forward onto the side, the flank secure, or will he be retreating back? Oh man, I think that you have to win these flank secures if you want to outscore your opponent here, because now the spider team is just gets 2 VPs on the top for kind of free.
Yeah.
Storm's
I
probably
mean,
gonna have to now rotate to the bottom flank here.
yeah. I mean, I think Bill probably just grabs the scroll and hangs out top, or maybe you have Wong do it if you want to be like. It's kind of risky because Panther can leap into Wong and kill him in one shot. But so you probably want a slightly tankier model, so either Miles or probably Miles. I'm guessing because you want to be able to throw people with Bill and use the entire character. But then again, Miles can also like force a drop on the thing. So I guess that's why he went back with Rhino, because he doesn't want to drop his thing to Miles in turn 2, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just like tough because it's so I guess like the one good thing about the Wakanda Rhino, now that he's got 2 power, is that next round he'll have 3, so he'll be able to stampede and end up on any secure he wants to. So it's like, it's not like you're like slowing down his round 2 very much with by grabbing the piece. So it's not as big of a deal. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see what Razalas does here.
I'm guessing maybe
Oh, sorry, it's Darkundo's turn. Yeah, Darkundo's turn.
Yeah. Maybe Rhino turns it into a like uses the card as just as a displace then instead. If he still has the spider.
Yeah.
Or he can just, I mean, they can probably kill him, right? He's got a lot of health, but he's not that tough. But
Well,
it takes probably 2 activations to get him, right?
yeah, no one on this team
And
is like is a big like is like very threatening to Rhino in 1 activation. I mean, like,
maybe ASM with Wept Up and a Web Swing, but
yeah,
that's
Bill
a
could
card
spend her
then.
Rhino too. So there's a few things, but Rhino can just very easily outposition these characters, or to
Oh
position
yeah.
to avoid getting like double hit. So yeah, I don't see Rhino KOing this in this game unless he throws them into the enemy team.
Yeah. I mean, Bill can do it, but that's a lot of setup.
Yes, Tuggernaut's mentioning.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, Tuggernaut's mentioning the infected can be pushed onto with mission objective. I think that it seems reasonable. I think the only issue is that you basically, I don't know, you kind of wasted your spirit power by doing that.
Yes.
Because it's like, just okay, why didn't you just pick up with Shuri then, or if you were gonna give it to her the whole time?
Mm,
So it might be the right
yeah,
call. We'll see.
I mean, we're just in turn 1 at the moment, but what are your predictions? Like spiders have the odd numbers.
I think that we're not seeing a massive payoff from a 2 tactic card spend here that I can see. Maybe things will change, but I think this really comes down to like if Rhino performs. If that's like a lot of these games when you play against Rhino, it's like does he spike? Because if Rhino spikes, he's like taking Wong off the board. He's gonna throw terrain into. He's gonna work. They're gonna get Brace burned eventually, and then Black Panther and Rhino can probably take out Black Cat with their pounces or their terrain throws. So it's these games are too hard to tell right now. There's so many decisions.
Would you like in this position? Would you consider taking the damage here by throwing Black Cat into into ASM or ASM into Black Cat, or would you always favor like the victory points?
Okay, so I think that you've put yourself in a position where you have to deal with the victory point part of it, because you've completely folded on the top secure, or like you haven't completely, because Rhino could rotate back up there, but like you've given it up for the most
Yeah.
part. So I think
Yeah.
that you've kind of forced yourself into a position to need
I
to
mean,
win this
that's
bottom flank, which is what he's doing here. So that's reasonable.
yeah.
It
Just
looks
needs to make sure. Yeah.
this is just like a fancy way to get a 3-2 lead, or like on extracts, right? He's doing all these
Yeah.
things for like
Yeah. Yeah.
ultimately, it's gonna end up with 3 extracts and 2 secures versus 2 extracts and 2 secures. So
Mm.
it's pretty funny how like it's just a lot of flash, and then
Yeah.
not a lot of, I don't know, like it's like pretty standard outcome.
Yeah. So it looks like he's moving Bill into the middle. I kind of agree with this. He's like your biggest, like he's your second biggest piece, and you want him in the action. He can throw Rhino. He can do a lot of mean stuff. So that makes sense to me
Yes. He'll
personally.
he'll have 3 power next turn if he only spends 1 to pick up, and that means that he will have his throw online, and Razalas does not have brace. And so that means
Oh,
that
really?
yes, so that
Ah,
means that
interesting.
he can throw Rhino into Black Hat or something like that. That could just get her. So I like, it's a good call that having Bill move to the middle, and I think that means we're going to see Miles rotate to the top without a spider, without an extract probably, which is
Mm-hmm.
also fine because he'll have 2 power next round for the web swing.
Yes.
So
So round one MCP is a lot about like knowing how to position. Usually there isn't this much action in turn one, but with Wakanda Forever, like with Spirit of Wakanda, you open up a lot of turn one plays. So darkundo has to be very careful about how he probably. I mean, I agree with a dive and forcing Razalas to spend the power to steal, or I mean, it's kind of a hard to gauge, really. Like he steals in turn one or he steals in turn two, right? That's
yeah. So it looks like he's opted to go with Wong first here instead of picking up the extract. Black Cat does have the ability to double walk and get the extract. She might have to do her grappling hook to get there, but of
mm.
course now Bill, or like
I think she makes it
how does Bill have only 2
across.
power? Oh, did he only R&D?
He didn't R&D.
He didn't R&D. Okay.
I
He
don't
just did
see.
the meditate and pass 1 power to Miles is what he did there.
Yes, so Miles can swing and do his kick.
Yeah, that's right. No R&D, just the...
So is he holding it for later? Is it in? It looks. I mean, I think it's.
Yeah,
There we
it
go.
looks
Yeah,
like it.
it's like where. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like. Yeah.
All right.
And so, yeah, so 2 tactics cards for a 3-2 lead on the extract. So the game will be 5-4 in turn one, probably. I would probably grab the spider with Miles and sit on the point here, honestly.
Oh, instead of with Bill?
Yeah, I think so. Because then Bill would have 4 power. He could, he doesn't need to reduce, or he could spend to reduce and also get the thing. Also, if he's in the middle of the grind, he doesn't have an extract, so it's harder to uh, mess with him. Also, he doesn't have mobility in the web swing like Miles, so the spiders will force him to spend a move action to move, and it's like a 50% chance to make him move.
It looks like Bill, he's opting to go with Miles and probably move web swing in here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see
So
what
he's
he
just.
does with that. But yeah, sure, he's going to end up on the point. Looks like Bill's
Hmm.
just going to be sitting there gaining 2 VPs and
Yeah.
building enough power to double move throw later in the game.
Yeah.
So he's kind of taken his
And
4th threat out of the way a little bit. And
I mean, he's a medium base, so he can reach the bottom one. He can reach Razalas's console easily, unless they body block him, which might be a thing. Oh, it's actually he did position in a pretty solid spot there.
So the
raised
thing,
up against the.
the synergy or like the anti-synergy with Shuri um, and Bill is that Shuri has 6 dice, so she will often do damage, and if she does damage, then Beta Ray Bill can just move back onto the point.
Yeah,
However, he has
exactly.
body blocked it, so he can now afford to like reduce the damage to 0 and continue to stay on the point if he needed to.
Mm. Will you just use Shuri to start plinking on Spider-Man
Yeah, just
on
getting the
ASM?
power to build for rerolls maybe is but the thing is you're also charging ASM up if you do that, right? So he could
Yeah.
roll a crit on defense and get that extra power giving him a
Oh
web
yeah,
swing.
that's true.
So
That's
it's kind
that's
of
the most
hard
annoying part
to
about that guy. Yeah.
yeah.
Usually attacks into him are I spent an action to give ASM one power.
I don't like Shuri here now. Like think about it more. Like she is like just doing a bunch of plink damage and Extremist is just gonna heal
Yeah.
all these characters back. You got Wong here to do healing. Um
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I man. So basically the question was Killmonger and Okoye better here than Storm and Shuri? I
I
don't
think
know. I
so.
th- I thought yeah, maybe.
Like when I was practicing for WTC last year, I was playing Criminal, so I didn't have the Wakanda Forever with Killmonger. But I favored playing Killmonger into webs because he can just basically he can bully 3 threats and 2 threats very easily.
Yes.
And like he rolls enough dice that he can relatively safely get them. And he gets to roll more dice as the match progresses. And with Spirit, he can charge turn 1. So he could probably just lay into Black Cat from turn 1 onwards, with Spirit, that is. Which is something you. I mean, Black Cat with power does what? She swings and she steals and she runs away, so not much of a threat to your models, to be honest. I mean, sure, she staggers a model, but I don't know. So Miles is going into the scrum, it seems.
Okay.
Um, so kicking Shuri maybe? Oh, or is he just going on the point to contest the point?
Oh, that's interesting. He could shut down the VP there, and that would put him at a tie game if he does
Yeah,
move web swing onto the point. Um,
yeah.
interesting.
But
So
he's electing to.
Shuri, I don't I don't know. I don't know
Uh,
what she's doing there exactly. She's basically she's going to be like defending that point. Um
Yes.
like
Also
the
in a
side
mission
swing.
objective bubble, I guess, around.
Oh, yes, yes. That he did measure that. So he
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So they're doing the scores here and look at that.
Mm-hmm.
5-4 lead for Razalas. Okay.
Yep.
We're going to see if that 2 tactic card spend to get to maintain a 1 VP lead
Mm-hmm.
was what was like pays off.
That's, I mean,
It,
only
it
time will
doesn't it
tell, I
doesn't it
guess.
doesn't look like it on the surface, right? Because you could have just
No.
if ASM um it's tricky though because the web splitter would have dived both spiders. So you would have had
Yeah.
to you would have had to grab the middle and then
Mm-hmm.
also dive his 2 spiders.
Yeah.
And so
And
it's
he
like
can't with his mobility, right? You have to be a long mover or a medium-based medium mover to get there,
yeah,
right?
he would have had to bring a different team. Maybe he would have
Mm-hmm.
had Storm grab the middle piece, right? Grab the middle instead of
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Panther, and then Panther and Black Cat would both grab the opposing
yeah,
spiders.
yeah,
But all right, here we go. We're getting spider rolls right now, so let's see how that goes.
yeah. So this is probably gonna be the most, like these rolls are probably gonna influence most of the action on this board, I would think. Ooh, a stagger on Rhino
I wouldn't say
ish.
it's yeah. He's got the Stampede. I'm not too concerned. It just means he does have less flexibility in terms of where he goes, but he's still gonna
Mm-hmm.
get 2 attacks next this round. And all right, let's see Black Panther. Yeah, okay. All right.
Problem is, Panther is pretty durable against this team. There's no Mystic. There's no like Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be the. This is seems like it's gonna be the Rhino show basically. Like if
Yeah.
Rhino's gonna try to take out Wong and throw the building, like just throw a building at him and beat him up. And if he does that, it's just going to flip priority back for Razalas. Like he'll get to go last and therefore displace models off points or with storm throws or Shuri pushes and things like that. And then that 3-2 lead he's got on extracts will be compounded by a secure advantage potentially. Like that's like the goal that Razlith has, and of course darkundo is like thinking the same thing. Like how do I've got to go last, so he's got to go last, so he's gonna try to maintain a secure advantage, but keeping Wong like hidden from maybe Razlith forgets Wong's
Yeah.
there, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and so then you want to use your Darkundo's looking to probably just use his Miles Steel that's online right now, or is close to online right now. Plus Black Cat is durable, so she can maybe hold on to that piece for longer, for a while, and then heal on the extremists. So keep your characters alive, and then use the steel you have available to you with Miles to flip the scoring. ASM probably pick on the weaker characters. Maybe pick on Storm here with going into her physical defense, or Shuri, but she's not on a point right now. So that's kind of like where I'm seeing the game going. Let's see what decisions the players make.
Mm, yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, Bill has is in a very awkward spot to influence the board at the moment.
Yes.
So I agree with Joe on that front. And if Bill scores 2 VP, I mean, that means ASM has to do all the work, right?
Yeah. He only has
And
one power right now, so let's see what happens.
yeah.
He's rotating Storm to the back line. It's allowing him
Mm-hmm.
to send a Rhino out to the other secures and influence those while holding position on
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I don't play these teams enough to know what the best decision was here. There's no like I feel like Storm was underutilized for that activation. That's just the feeling I get. Like but maybe that's what was needed here for him to like
Yeah.
basically stall a turn and
Yeah. Yeah, he needs somebody to make a move so that he can push them off points, basically. They're both playing Web's game
yes,
effectively.
yeah, it's a good way to
So
put it.
either like Shuri will shoot someone and shoot them off the point, or Black Panther will just hit him and move him off the point. Unfortunately for the Webs, yes. I mean, they're both Webs, right? I think so. I mean,
Yeah,
what options do you have? You don't want to attack ASM. You prefer, I mean, you like attacking Cat is always like it feels bad because you don't get to roll in your crits, but she's just a 3 across the board, so like attacking her a couple of times is probably fine. I mean, she'll get power and can stagger someone.
yeah.
Wait, so this is kind of a wait. She's setting up a
I mean, it
hmm.
seems reasonable because okay, hold on. We're going with Cat. Okay, so Cat is going to move and attack into Panther. Or hold on, what she spent? She just spent one power, and what? What's the one power for?
Uh
The
oh, probably
slow, the
putting slow.
leadership.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And he's gonna move back.
And
Oh, that's pretty
then
significant. There we go.
yeah. Yeah. So he probably wants to kick that. Yeah, exactly. Because he is basically kind of useless with a slow move.
Okay, all right, here we go. I didn't see that coming because I'm not used to playing against or with this leadership here. But that was
Yeah.
I like yeah. Joe thinks it's
Yeah.
spicy. I think this is I think
Yeah.
this is a good
Sure.
move. I think it's a very strong move here.
Yeah.
Now Panther is basically you've effectively staggered Panther because he's gonna
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
take that slow
I
off.
don't even think that 2 shorts gets him there to the bottom, right?
Well, he also has the pounce, so it's like you could move twice and
Yeah,
pounce, but meh, it seems kind of lame.
yeah. Venom.
So if he does Venom Blast, if Miles does Venom Blast Panther, he doesn't have enough power to pick up the extract.
Yeah,
So
so
it's not good yet. It's okay. Like it's just you
I
want to wait
think
till
he
you have.
positioned him maybe a little bit too forward because the meditator is range 3, right?
Yeah, for Wong to
Yeah,
he might
yeah.
if
So
he does go with Wong, he'll play R&D for the unlimited range of the power
oh,
pass.
yeah, sure. Okay, that makes sense.
But let's see what
Yeah, I
Razalas
mean,
does.
Storm isn't holding anything, so it's kind of useless to just kill her, right?
Yeah, it
Maybe swing and kick her and then strip the extract off one. I mean, yeah, sure, that seems like a. Oh, so he has to leap into cat to get on the point, but he can. Oh my God. So so Spider-Man's leadership is actually stagger the opponent.
on a D shape, it probably is for a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Basically, right? Or just watch your team slowly lose as you shake the slows around too late.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. I now my mind is trying to like calculate all the different possibilities because I forgot that he was on the ASM leadership. Okay, so we have Shuri going now. Looks like she's gonna put an attack into Black Cat and see if he can push her off the point. It looks like she's purposely been placed there to avoid a push off the point.
Yeah.
Let's see if that. Um, I think you can push her off the point. I'm seeing like the 90 degree.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
you'd be able to get her.
Yeah, probably. It's like it's hard to like because you can't measure that until you look at it.
Yes.
That's also a very cute play. It doesn't do much for her reroll bubble, I guess, but just putting her on the point. You would have to activate her last though to do that, and he kind of needs another pass, right?
Yeah.
Like if he moves Panther forward, he Miles just sits on the point and rolls him. Yeah. Are you seeing plenty of possibilities for the new Asgard thesis?
I think that
You-
they're all. I think they're pretty cool. I'm not. I'm not. I don't have the mental energy to like try to brainstorm every single the affiliations. So I'm basically just like
Yeah.
reading chat and seeing what other people's hot takes are, and
Hmm.
that's usually what I do. I play characters that the community say are broken, and
Yeah. I
it
mean,
usually works.
yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so it looks like Rhino is going now. He just did a stampede through the car and is attacking Miles, who's in cover. So he doesn't have his
Mm,
leadership reroll, but he does have spider senses, like because he's using the ASM leadership. So,
yeah.
all right.
I'm not sure. You probably have to daze Miles in one attack, which is kind of hard to do.
Well,
Let's see.
he's only
Three,
pushing one
4.
damage through. Yep, one
Yeah.
damage.
Hmm.
But he. All right, so then,
He gets a place,
are you going
and he
after Wong? Or are
needs.
you going after who? Are you going after? What's the next step?
He can't get to Wong from there.
Yeah, no, he might have been able to if he broke line of sight, like if he was able to go towards the front of the truck more, but
Hmm.
looks like he probably didn't consider that. He looks like he is going to be moving back towards the back here, so he only
Yeah, yeah,
pushed one damage through on Miles.
yeah. And now he can Venom and Steel.
Yes,
So
yeah,
this
the
is
steel
kind
is
of a
online. I don't
yeah. I don't know. It's like yeah, giving them power is like always a mixed bag.
Well, he has got mission objective and Panther on 2 power, so
Hmm.
that's so if he does spender it, that's what we're gonna see in a response, and then Storm will get the VP, and then now Panther will be free of the the spider,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
he can start attacking the other positions. So maybe that's like, or I mean,
Here we go. Turn 2, advanced R&D. We see it all the time, right?
yeah, turn two. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So Wong paid. What's he doing here? He's spending all his power, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has that one, and then he meditated twice to go to three, and now those both are actions. So Wong is done, and then he's spending advanced R&D for 3 power. He gave a power to ASM, Miles, and Black Cat. So now Black Cat has a power again. So let's see. Okay, all right. So now that's Wong done. So now it's back to Razalas. He's got Panther, Black Cat, Shuri left. Wong, the king. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That
I
was pretty
mean,
exhilarating gameplay from Wong. Is what we just saw
yeah.
there. I'm on the edge
I
of my seat.
like. Am I crazy in thinking the optimal play here is walk forward with Shuri and shoot Wong off the point?
I let's see. I think that you want to go with your least impactful activations, and Black Cat doesn't have any displacement.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you just put her on this. My thought is like, oh, you could put her on this side extremist, but the problem is if you go with one of those two characters, you're leaving them vulnerable to the. You're leaving Black Cat vulnerable to the steal, right? You don't have your mission
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
objective bubble set up
Yeah.
anymore, so
Yeah.
and that's probably why we're gonna see Panther, but he's slowed, so
I mean, he already damaged Miles, so he may just elect to damage him again.
yeah. But the damage, like the problem is the one damage doesn't mean anything on extremist. It basically
No,
doesn't.
that's true.
Miles is
Yeah,
almost
that's true.
certainly gonna end up on a secure, and almost
Mm-hmm.
and unless his power count doesn't work properly or he misses a builder, then he's going to and or something. A disaster strikes basically. He's not going to heal, but
Yeah.
he's going to heal in every other
Yeah.
situation where it isn't a disaster.
Mm.
Okay, so he is going to push Black Cat away here. That was like my thought, and you basically position her as far away from Miles as possible, and you're really
Mm-hmm.
just like just maybe kind of like psychologically like hiding her from Miles. I think
Yeah.
Miles could still get her with a move. So Miles could get her with a move, hop, spender, but that wouldn't give
Yeah.
him enough power to pick up the extract. So maybe she is relatively safe on that point because Miles can't steal it from her.
Uh, yeah, but you could still do it and force Shuri because Shuri is the only one who can pick up that power. So if you drop it in an awkward spot, you can force Shuri to double move away from her team, isolating her.
Yeah. Okay, we're seeing Black Cat move onto the point and do somewhat of a body block. She's staying. Okay, so she's doing her second action. It looks like to be an attack into the opponent's Darkundo's Black Cat here.
Probably, yeah. Cat
All
on
right,
cat action.
yeah, this is the very high dice pools with definitely with high spiking potential.
Yeah. I mean, could do 4 damage. Who
I know, yeah,
knows?
that's right. There's a Pierce on there, so I'm and a bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah, four
Yeah.
damage, Pierce and with a Pierce and bleed. Like you could effectively put a lot of hurt into Black Cat there. Let's see if it
Yeah.
happens.
I mean, I guess the best thing would be to force ASM there to spend the power to have you reroll some of your dice. Is probably the best case scenario for this attack, I'm guessing.
Oh, hold on. Did he? He opted to not attack. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He opted to not
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Well, he basically, if you're not attacking, you think you're gonna win the game. Basically, you think you're gonna
Yeah.
win as
Mm-hmm.
is. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the longer robbery stays available, and Wakanda stays available, I feel like you're gonna feel like you're in a good position. And I mean, like
Yeah.
I don't see anything crazy for Darkundo's Webs team. ASM popping off is like obviously the scariest part of this round for Razalas.
I mean, it's the scary part for every round, probably.
Yeah, you know, I just like I don't know. When I think of ASM, I don't think of a character that pops off. You know what I mean? He just like he doesn't always do it.
Like,
So
yeah, that's true, but annoyingly enough, I have often won games with ASM just by saying, "Oh, the only thing ASM needs to do this, 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 and this," and then it all works. Annoyingly often.
yeah, that's
Like
pretty funny.
it's yeah, it's he is deceptively damaging if you manage to roll the crit wild. It's crit wild, right?
Yes, it
The
is.
throwing himself into yeah, it's it's a lot of passive damage, so it's decent at doing so.
Okay, well, either way, ASM paid for a web swing, and I guess he just stayed there, is what I think I just saw.
Yeah, to get away from the so no
So,
cover, I guess.
okay, hold on. Sorry, what am I seeing? And he rolled. I told you. I told you. He
Oh
rolls
my
nothing.
God,
Look at
this
that.
is terrible.
Look at that terrible.
Oh, that's
Woo.
so that feels so bad, man. Uh, so I
Oh,
guess
that's
just
no
stay on the
power.
point with Cat. No, but then he can get pushed off from Shuri, so he has to go into a diff. Yeah.
Ooh, that is brutal.
Ooh,
That
yeah. Yeah, but we need to find a good spot. He needs to find a good spot for ASM. Maybe on the. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's a decent spot for. I mean, if like he isn't holding anything, so if he can force Rhino to do attacks into him, I mean Rhino's already gone.
mm. There's no
So yeah,
way. There's no way that was that the best move? Was going with ASM there? I feel like that was like obviously we
mm,
have hindsight now, right, to see that he
yeah,
completely.
for sure.
But like, was
Yeah,
that
I
the
mean,
better
if that
move?
would have been a Miles attack roll, it would have been equally as bad, right?
Yeah. Um.
But Miles would have been able to put a slow on somebody, and then ASM could have just moved up to them and displaced them off the point, right?
Right. Right. Now
So,
he's and hold on. Does he have?
yeah,
He's not on the secure either. So he.
no.
Um. Yeah.
So he's basically making sure that none of his models can get pushed.
Okay. It's Razalas' turn now.
Hmm.
So this point is tied. So he's gonna need to send somebody. It also like body blocks Panther because maybe Panther, because his base is obviously smaller, it's a tighter
Hmm.
circle. He might have been able to actually fit on the point and be in between them. I don't know if that was possible. I don't. It could have been, but I
I don't think
do you think
so.
the extra? It's hard to tell. But either way,
Yeah,
if even if you thought it could potentially happen, this like completely shuts that down. I don't know what the. I think the long stick like isn't able to get through those characters. Like, but
no.
I'd have to see them measured again. Ooh, Panther's looking to not shake the slow. Dude, shaking the slow here is definitely the right call, right? Because if you double walk short twice, you basically
Hmm.
should have just like you would have got the same distance practically
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
single long move. So,
I think he's
um,
measuring that now, so he probably comes to the same conclusion. Also, the fact that you can be yeeted off points with the slow is a huge factor.
yeah. ASM also like just having a zero impact round. This round is definitely can give you the confidence for you to be like, well, if your ASM did nothing, my Black Panther can shake slow and get on a point or something, and that is an okay activation compared.
Yes, yes. The problem is Miles can just chase him and catch him. So you probably have to go Panther last. Meaning you want to go Shuri now, but
So you could put Shuri.
on the southern point and
Yeah,
just
that's
win
what I
it that
think.
way
That's what I
and
think.
force Miles to go down there.
Looks like he's opting to move,
Okay.
pounce. Or no, hold on. What the heck? Oh, he
So,
pounced first. He shook the slow.
yeah,
He shook the
yeah,
slow.
pounce and then move over there. Yeah, that makes sense. So,
Okay,
oops.
so he did in fact use his second action here to move on to the point, which is winning the bottom secure. So he's
Yeah.
leaving. So this also, um, interesting here. There's
So,
3 spiders on a single point here. That's
yep.
crazy. All right,
So I
that's
guess
so
Miles is
crazy.
going there.
Yeah, Miles definitely going into this bottom point here. We're just having a whole pile on, and
Yeah.
there is no mission objective protection for
No.
Razalas' squad because both Panther and Black Cat have pieces, and they can only have one at a time. So maybe we see Shuri move to that same spot. I wouldn't be surprised because that way he guarantees gets it. And yeah, I think that we're gonna be seeing. That's probably why. Yeah,
So I
I'm not
think
sure
Bill
what
is
the
just gonna
best
be
way is here.
stuck over there
For now,
until
it's gonna be a
he
10-6
doesn't
round.
roll a. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Although, like, if this game is only gonna go 4 rounds with this amount of scoring, probably. He's looking like he's gonna score 5 again. Maybe they go 4-4. Nah, I don't agree with this. I would probably just put him as far forward as he can.
Yeah, the only thing I would do is maybe I'd put him just outside of range 3 on Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's the only measurement that really probably matters.
Yeah.
So, all right, that way Rhino has a bad round. His next round is not going to be good if that's the case.
So, web swing, walk. Hopefully get on the point, Venom Blast. Yeah, I would probably just Venom Blast Panther here.
Are you sure? What about Deaton is saying Deaton's saying Miles has to make a play here or else the game is gonna start like basically
Yeah,
slowly
yeah,
falling
yeah.
apart.
Well,
Um,
of course. Ideal scenario would be to contest the bottom point and steal the extras as well. I think Shuri probably wants to just get on that bottom point as well.
yeah, I mean, what about okay? So what about leaping? I don't know if this is good or not, but like you web swing to hit Storm, and then
Yep,
you displace her off the point, and then you spend her. I mean, that doesn't really
yep,
matter because Rhino's still there, and then you just spend her Rhino who has no
yep,
mission objective character now because Storm was displaced, and then you
yep.
take his piece. That's I mean that seems like the most obvious way. You do need to get 1 damage onto Storm. Looks like
Mm-hmm.
Shuri is setting up for a mission objective defense on Black Cat at least. But
Um,
most importantly
I don't
is
think I think that's a
Wakanda
oh,
Forever coming out here. This is gonna be
really.
brutal for. All right, who's? Oh, so Shuri's getting a free attack here. Who else is paying? Um,
No one,
only Shuri
because
paid. Yeah.
yeah. So shooting Wong off the point and probably rotating south to be in.
And mission. Oh, hold
Yeah,
on. I say this mission objective stuff, but these characters don't have power. So if Miles is able to like do damage to these characters or not do damage to these characters, they can't play mission objective. All right.
that's true.
So here we go. He is now. Well, now he's almost certainly winning this point because he's got 3 healthy characters on a single
Yeah.
point here. Look at Razalas is basically you can see exactly what he's doing here. Razalas is saying, "I've got the extract lead. I'm gonna put my entire my entire team onto 2 secures, and you have to deal with
Mm-hmm.
this problem." Um,
Yeah.
and
So
so
he's
that's
basically castling up
yes,
effectively.
yeah, and he's done a good job of splitting this extracts onto both
Yeah.
pieces.
So he
And
got
yeah, this is
1 victory point out of Wakanda Forever there, or
that's
minus 1 victory point. But that's like, isn't that usually what we say? If you score 1 victory point for each tactic card, that's like a good mileage
yes,
for it.
I agree. Yes, I think that is a good play here. Ooh, look at that. He's forcing Miles to not do anything.
Ah,
Man. But what other
oof,
option do you have?
that's
Um,
yeah.
it's this is a tough spot. This is
Hmm.
the
I mean,
yeah.
the only he could web swing into range 3 of Cat, kicker into Panther, because they're stacked up like that, and then move on to the point to start some sort of offense
Yeah,
instead of just.
yes.
But it's yeah,
Yeah, he should have I think he should have gone into Storm here and then used a second act and like maybe hope for the Wild. I think you just needed to hope for the Wild against Storm so that you could
yeah,
move on to the point and tie the Rhino. Effectively, it's the same amount of VPs, but you've slowed down Razalas. He's only at 9 and you're at
yeah.
hold on. How's it? Oh yeah, 10-8. Sorry, 10-8. I said 10-6 earlier. I meant 10-8. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it would have been a 9-7 situation if you hit the Wild, but um,
Mm-hmm.
so the question is, would that risk have been worth it? Razlith
Oh.
is playing like as if it wasn't worth it. It was worth it to
Mm-hmm.
guaranteed be down by 2 instead.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spider
Venom Blast
rolls.
is range 2. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So and it's a move, so being stacked up doesn't really do anything bad. So Rhino goes first. Yeah.
Okay.
I think all webbed up is going to have to do a lot of work here.
Yes. Razalith does have priority, so we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see what he does to start the round here. Yeah.
These were decent. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
look at Bill. Oh
Oh my
man.
God. Yeah. And this is why I would have preferred to have it on Miles. Because in turn 2, Bill would have been able to affect the board state. He could have just double walked and thrown Rhino off the point and just tied it with Storm.
Yeah, that's not ideal here. Like at least Miles would have by like round 3. So
Hmm.
it's crazy because like Miles has done like actually nothing this whole game except for take a
Yeah.
he got an attack. Rhino got one attack on him and did 1 damage and that's it. Um,
Yeah.
and so it's like Bill could have been in the mix a little more. The problem is that yeah, I don't know exactly what if that's good or bad or but he's definitely not doing what a 4 threat. Your 4 threat needs to be getting you more than 2 VPs around, like or
Ideally,
it's like
yes.
if he's scoring, um,
Yeah.
if he's only scoring, not doing any sort of attrition damage, you it's like it needs to be slightly more than 2 because like this is good, like getting 2 VPs is good, but you could have a 3 threat getting you 2 VPs.
Or a 2 threat.
Yeah, I mean sometimes exactly, sometimes a 2 threat. In the right situation. In this situation, it would have been probably almost certainly the wrong move to put Wong give a Wong a spider,
Yeah.
because he would have just been a huge target.
Yeah, he would have been pushed into the middle and he would have been forced to activate him
Yeah,
and Rhino would have just killed him, so
exactly. Okay, so what are we seeing now? I think did Darkundo do his role? Okay. All right, so we're okay. So they did
yeah.
all their roles. All right.
Yeah.
So did anyone? Okay, so Bill moved, and that was it. Black Cat must not have moved. Okay, so now we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing someone Shuri going into ASM. Is that what I saw? Or let's. I guess we'll find out.
Mm, yeah.
That's 6 dice, so that could have been a black. Oh, it's a Black Cat spender. She spent the power, so she's
Staggering.
staggering into ASM.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. who took no damage.
Oh, that's pretty. I mean, when you re-roll all of that to make sure you get a damage through? He
Yeah,
is, he
sure,
is, yeah,
probably, yeah.
he is. So that's reasonable
Hmm.
because you need to get that. Okay, so he takes 1 damage, and he gains a power, so he can at least web swing and do a 7 dice attack.
Hmm. No crits though, unfortunate on
Yes.
7 dice.
Yeah. Even if, all right. Dang.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see. Is there an all webbed up play? They're like the fact that you
not
splashed Bill
with
and Wong means that your all webbed up options
uh,
are not super
yeah, and they're
thrilling.
not great. Yeah, for sure. I think Miles might be your strongest piece here.
Yeah, but he's not like he's like range 5 away from anyone basically, or like he's
He'd
not.
have to web swing in and then like kick somebody twice.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
but yeah,
looks
this is
like
a this is a pretty this is a pretty bad bet he's made himself. So he's just gonna have to sleep in it. Maybe he sees something that we don't. I really don't play webs all that much. I just know the theory,
okay, they're
like
dealing with a
everybody.
little
Like,
bit
yeah.
of learning with a little bit of lag. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The
Uh,
um so yeah, okay, so then
hmm.
yeah, I don't play them enough to see more than a couple steps ahead, if that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the opening activation for Razalas, basically holding the priority, or basically not doing much, just basically passing the turn back to Darkundo, but that stagger. Let's see if that stagger pays off. Okay.
So
He's web swinging.
activating
He's web swinging immediately
really
with ASM. And who's he gonna try to
interesting.
bully here? Shuri or Black Cat? Their mission objective is online, so it's like even if you do work,
Probably Shuri, I'm guessing.
we're going into Shuri. He's going into Shuri here.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
And
look at that roll.
again,
I cannot believe it.
oh
Oh
my
my.
God, that might be game.
That is absolutely crazy.
That's
I cannot believe he
absolutely
had the
yeah.
same
That's just
exact. I think that's got to be the exact same roll, right? Like that,
yeah,
right? Am
yeah,
I like? Are we remembering correctly? It was a 5 and a 2. I think it
yeah,
was.
yeah. It was exactly 502 again. That is absolutely backbreaking.
Oh my goodness, that is. I cannot believe it. Honestly, I cannot believe that. That is like I have not seen that. Man.
Wong can't really get over there to clear the stagger, right? It's range. That's range 3 as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
That stagger has to be gone now, right? He had to have shaken the stagger. So
yeah,
okay, that is absolutely brutal. The power would have
yeah,
given you the ability to put slows on other characters, which would have then, of course, let your other characters displace them, maybe.
yeah. I think the other option with ASM leadership is you can leave your all webbed up until the second last web's activation, and then displace two different people off points to win them.
Yes, that is true.
But but that's usually not what we do with the all webbed up. We usually roll dice into the opponent. Razalas can probably try to just win it now if he can knock one of those uh, extracts free, although he is fighting into a mission objective. Because the bad ASM activation, he doesn't have power to do anything. So if you just don't touch him at all, you will probably be fine.
Yeah, I agree that he's not that ASM is just like you can get. How do you get him off the point? Can you get him off the point in any other way? Shuri
Mm,
could push him off the point.
I mean, Panther can always just punch him once and get him off the point, but he'll probably roll until he doesn't have any damage. Until he takes damage, that is, so he can affect the board state a bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Who has the pieces? Blackhead and Bill. Okay, yeah. So Bill.
So Darkundo is in a spot where he has to play for round 4, effectively, right?
Yeah, it
He
seems
can't
like
win the game from this spot, and Razalas can win the game from this spot.
okay. So we're seeing
A move into an attack.
yes. In the ASM here, we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing. Did he pay for? He didn't pay for anything, so he's going for the displacement.
Yeah.
Okay, we're seeing.
And now he rolls all crits and wilds, right? Wow. ASM just is at home. Like he is not showing up to work.
Yeah. Well, he's only taking 2, which is not crazy, but he is getting
Yeah,
pushed,
but
which was the main part of the attack.
yeah, for sure.
And now Black Cat is vulnerable to a steal from, or like to drop her extract on the ground if she is dazed or stolen from
Mm-hmm.
with Rhino. With Rhino, probably is what if we did see it. But
Yeah.
so Black Panther did a move and an attack, so he is done. He can pounce, which okay, so he's gonna pounce into Black Cat as the last thing, but he is not on the point, so
Mm-hmm.
that might be important, but we'll find out, I guess. Okay,
Okay, so he's taking the damage into black. That makes sense, I guess. Because the Rhino can then, like, assuming Storm moves out of the way, Rhino can then, like, okay, Rhino doesn't have enough to stampede, so Rhino can double walk over there and steal her point, I guess.
yeah, Darkundo is determining if he wants to pay for brace. Looks like he's going for the roll. Okay, reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of want that brace for that size 4 tanker truck there. Or the size 3 building.
Yes, yes. Okay, well, she only takes 1, so they're definitely where you want to be on extremist consoles. You can just take that right
Mm-hmm.
back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the mission objective card here is basically winning the game for the person in the lead. The card is really good at keeping your lead. Is just keeping your lead. It's not a card that will flip the lead for you in a lot of cases. I feel like more often than not, it's just protect. It's like lead protection. So he's playing all webbed up here on Black
Yeah,
Cat.
that's
That's where the damage
yes.
was important. Oh, hold on. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
taking that 1 damage mattered.
Yep. Yep. I that's what I was thinking about. That seems like a and you probably just try to kill Shuri to get the last activation.
Yeah, that seems
And
reasonable.
then
And
if you get it in one attack, you can maybe no, Cat is yet to go.
so we have
So
4 successes with a Pierce. Let's see. I think
oh
he rolled his
nice.
crit, so this must have been a Shuri defensive roll.
Mm-hmm. And guess Panther reroll as well.
Yes, the Wakanda reroll leadership. Yeah, so she rolls nothing, so she can if she pays for reroll, she'll just get pierced anyway. So she's just gonna
Oh,
take
that's
4
true.
and bleed, which is
Oof.
actually pretty strong. But man, that 1 extra damage would have been huge because yes,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, if it took out Shuri in 1 hit, you could put damage into Black Cat, and if you obviously get the miracle of the double spike back to back, you could like completely disrupt the enemy team. All right,
Yeah.
so now you go into Shuri anyway to get that last activation,
Yeah, probably. For sure.
and that last activation can be Miles steal if Shuri is not on the
Yeah.
board.
Mm-hmm. Miles Steel and some sort of maybe a displaced play.
Yeah. With Panther already gone and not on the point too, like Black Cat has to be like if he wants to win that point that Razalas has been like castling on, he needs
Mm-hmm.
Black Cat to stay there, but then she's susceptible to a Miles steal. So
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Does she get it? She does. Pierce. Oh, is that exactly enough? But pay for the reroll. All right. He needs this to live.
No, it's 3 with a pierce, right?
Yes, but he had 3
Oh, right. He has
exactly.
3
So now he
exactly.
has
Yeah, yeah,
4.
yeah.
So he lives. That's crazy. Sure, he lives. That's
Oof.
big for Razalas.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Darkundo needed that really bad,
Yeah.
and he didn't get it. So
Yeah.
what's happening now? Looks like a. Hold on. Why didn't he just roll the spender? I like.
Yeah, that's true.
Why didn't he roll the
Spender would have
spender there?
probably.
He rolled 6 dice. He could have rolled 8 dice because he only needed 1 damage no matter what. And you've got the
Yeah,
wild. He could have been on the point. You're rolling 8 dice,
yeah.
expecting the wild. Yeah, I think that rolling on a spender there would have been ultimately better because then on top, I mean, like on top of that, you also would have staggered her if she for
Hmm.
some reason lived. So
I guess Shuri can now just Sonic Crush Black Cat as a response to that, I'm
she
guessing.
could. She could. She is slowed. Oh, so we're gonna see Black Cat. Ooh. Oh, he's
Oh,
using.
yes,
That's
yeah.
interesting. So that's why he didn't spend her here but
Yeah.
I don't know. The days on Shuri would have been important. Black Cat has gone. Oh yeah, right. She went out as the opening round. So this
Yeah.
means that Razalas
That's
is no
big.
longer winning this piece. He loses slow on the Black Hat, right? Like when you do that, you take
Yes,
out the slow
yeah.
off.
Yeah. The slow is supposed to take off.
We'll see
Yeah,
if they forget that or not. But
yeah.
um,
So I'm guessing she took off the slow to remove it. You can only do it once per turn, right? So she can't remove the slow and then add it.
oh yeah, but she never removed us. She never added a slow. Oh yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yes. All right, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
What are we happening now? What is happening now? Oh, okay, hold on.
So Shuri's going. She's gonna heal herself for 1. Uh, yeah. Go into the corner there and shoot Black Cat off the point. So once per turn, yeah, makes sense.
All right, they got it.
Yeah,
Okay, so now we're seeing an attack. Shuri attacking into Black Cat, the red
yeah.
Black Cat, Darkundos.
Mm-hmm. She gets 2 power, pushes pushes him off.
Yes, she did also. Shuri also did pay 1 on the extremist console to heal herself so that she doesn't
Yeah.
die to the bleed damage, and she moved there to allow herself to push Black Cat off the point. Rather than like if she was stood where she was, the angle wasn't there to push her. So that
Mm-hmm.
was the sequencing there, and that's Shuri's turn. She takes the bleed damage. She's still on 1 health, but um, there's not too many things that can happen here. I don't see anything that can really disrupt Shuri from living, unless Miles goes into her. But then if he's going into her, he's not going into a character that's holding an extract. So that's a tough
Mm-hmm.
spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spectacular would be insane in this position.
Yeah.
So
They both had
what
Rhino, man. Yeah,
swing?
Spectacular
Yeah.
and Rhino instead of ASM and Wong. Probably the better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we just. Web Swing, Daze, Shuri, Venom Blast is what. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yes, you're right, Joe. Good line.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably the. You won't get the point, but neither will Razalas. So when you're behind, you want to mitigate your opponent's getting points, and while ahead, you want to prioritize winning like extending your lead effectively, and you don't
Yeah.
so much care about what your opponent's getting.
Yes, and you are activating. Darkundo is activating last here, so
Yeah.
he can. Um, it will allow him to have like basically no one's gonna go near the Bill's point because he can just throw them
No.
off, and so
Yeah.
Wong can kind of just stay back until last activation and then move on to the point, that home point, and contest it probably.
Yeah.
So because like Rhino and Storm are just not going to have optimal activations here only um, with only 2 power on each of them. So
Yeah.
we'll
I
see how
don't
that
think he
goes.
can even get into range.
Oh, he's on range. I think he's range 2 on Black Panther. There, that looks good to me.
No, I'm thinking like from where Miles is at the moment, like neither of them can affect him very much.
Oh, is he not?
Uh,
Oh no, he's not opting to do the builder into Shuri and then spender into Black Panther. He is just moving, and what's he gonna do now? He's got a slow Panther there. Who is he gonna?
so he
He's gonna
can.
mission. He's gonna spend her in a Black Panther, I think, right? You're gonna spend 3 here to do 9 damage and 9 dice attack in a Black Panther.
He can spend one to displace Shuri, but I don't know if that gets her out of 2
Oh
of
yeah, that's
Black
right.
Panther, right?
Good call on that. Yes, it.
I mean, we need Smith
I
here
don't think
too.
so.
He's
I'm
the master of
seeing.
place
Wait,
one.
can I don't think so. I'm like just like running the quick math in my head here, and like,
Or
uh,
displace Panther 2 directly away from Shuri, but I still think that's inside of 2, right?
it looks like it.
Yeah.
It's close, but it looks like it. Um, hmm. Okay, let's see what he does.
He's in a spot where you just kind of have to like pray and high roll a little bit.
All right.
Okay, so he's going into Panther.
That was this 4, 9. Yes, this was a spender.
Mm-hmm.
And Panther blocks nothing with
Ooh.
5 damage going into Panther. So he's gonna
Oh
do.
my
Oh no, he's sorry.
lord.
He counts blank. So he's gonna take 4, but he has a Wakanda reroll, which he's gonna take.
Yes.
He gets it. So it's gonna be 5 and a 2. Take 3, and drop your piece. Oh, hold on. I think we could. We
He
were
doesn't have
going.
power. He doesn't have power to pay for objective, right? Or can he
He
pay for it
does. He
now?
can. He can
Yeah,
pay for
because
it
he took
now.
the damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When you take damage, that happens in step like 12 of the attack
Yeah.
sequence, and
Yeah.
the drop is in 14, step 14. So yes, he'll gain the power before he.
Yeah. Also a Shuri roll. Yeah.
Well, what is going
Wait,
on
he
there?
did the kick? Oh, he's doing the. Wait. So. Wait, what? Didn't he roll too many dice? No, he web. Did he web swing? No, he moved.
He didn't pay the power on
Maybe.
this. He did pay the. Hold on. I don't. He
Yeah,
did
he
a
did pay the
builder.
power. Oh, so it was a walk web swing and a builder. Yeah. And so Panther takes 1 more damage.
That's why
I'm
Panther.
guessing.
That's why Panther rolled 4. Okay, now I'm okay, but
Mm.
yeah, it looks like he will take 1 more damage, but hit 2 crits. Did he roll too many dice? Did I miss
No,
up?
I think it like web swing is he rolled 8 dice, so this is 5 plus 5. Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
8.
okay.
Yeah,
I miscounted.
yeah,
Yes, it's my
yeah,
fault. My fault. Oh yeah, he only
yeah,
rolled 8 dice. Okay.
yeah.
So,
And then you displace Shuri off the point and you win it. So pretty decent activation.
ooh, I don't like what just happened there.
Uh-oh.
Do you see that?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you gotta keep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, and he allowed him to. So technically he's not allowed to.
Yes.
Yeah, he's waving
Yes.
his hands right now. So I would have placed her probably onto the dumpster to be 100% safe. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So not being clean, as you say, is catching him right
Yes.
there.
Yes. That's a good lesson to learn when you're
Yeah.
playing the game. Is that yeah, like once you've committed to that line and you pick up the piece, you cannot place the piece somewhere else off of the tool. You have to.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened, Tuggernaut, is that he placed the range 1 tool down. He then used the leadership ability to place along that tool, he then realized that Shuri could not fit in the spot where he wanted her to. He was then going to place Shuri back where she originally was, readjust the tool, and then redo the like basically rewind time back to where he didn't make that decision. And you just can't do that in like technically by the rules. You can see you might see a lot of players do that because um, it's like a lot of players want to play the game perfectly, and so they will take back things that are small but aren't allowed, but they're so small that like sometimes your opponent will give them to you and all that. But by the rules, like once you've there's no there's no place in the rulebook that says like rulebook that says you can place your model back and redo your ability. And also when you do place effects, if you can't find a legal position other than where you originally started, then your place effect is placing your character where they originally started. So that's basically he forced himself to keep Shuri where she was because that was really the only legal place for her once he did the ability and picked up the character.
Yeah.
All right. If you can't legally place with Rhino, I don't know. Check the rulebook now. Okay, I don't have to answer that right now, so don't put me on the spot. Okay, so we're seeing. All right.
Looks like just a builder in 2 miles from. Oh wow, he took 3 damage. That is
That was a storm
insane.
attack.
Oh wow.
I
And then just oh my god, throws him off. And is that game?
well, he's gonna win 2 secures and is it gonna daze Miles?
Mm,
No, it's not game yet. He needs to get 4 extra. He needs to get
it
16, right?
hits. Yeah,
Oh man.
but I mean, he goes to 18. No, he goes to 15, and Dark
Yes.
goes to 12. He can't really run his, so he plays brace. Okay, makes sense.
How's that work on must places with Rhino? I think that if you like, okay, so the question is basically like, what happens if you have a range one place and
Uh,
you legally cannot find a spot? If
you
you,
go to the nearest legal spot, I think. Like, for example, if you throw models through you and they can't stop there, they just end up basing you.
ah man,
Is usually what
it's
happens with
actually
throw.
that's got to be on the forum, right? That's got to be on the
Yeah,
forum. Like I
yeah.
Okay, but either way, all right. So let's back into the game. We had Storm move off the point, attack into Miles, and then did enough damage, 1 damage at least. Looks like it looks like she did 2 damage to Miles, which allowed her to throw. Maybe three. Oh no, it must have been 3 because he must have healed. Okay, because
Yeah,
that's why Storm is left with 2 power. All right.
yeah. He probably healed on the bottom on
Yes.
the his own thing before going into this action that he went there. So Bill is gonna be sad again. Probably. I mean, he can't get anyone in one more move. I mean, this must be brutal for Dark. This is so slow, but it feels inevitable. Like shitty rolls 2 turns in a row with ASM is yeah, and your plan's just falling through.
Okay, so you're
Oof.
saying what if he has a legal landing place and you try the range tool and it doesn't fit? Yeah, so like I think yeah, yeah. Also the forum doesn't exist, all right? This the forum doesn't have a post on this that I could see. So there's no like actual ruling here. I think that if you all right, so this is like similar to the intrusion portal situation, right? The same kind of question maybe. So maybe there's a forum answer on that where it's like I hit the intrusion portal, but I've now discovered I don't have a legal spot.
Daddy,
I will be back in 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, Tuggernaut. This This feels unfortunate. Both players still have mission objective and like one more card, fallback and robbery. I'm guessing at this point the Rhino won't be touched by the webs, other than maybe a double whack throw. If Bill does not get spidered, then he may be able to do something, but can it swing the game? So strategy-wise, Razalas is probably going to fall back into this middle point with all of his models. I mean, list building certainly didn't help.
All right.
Like having ASM and Bill doing effectively nothing the entire game. Like 9 points are scoring 2 points the entire game. That could be like three-point models doing more. That would also get him the last activation each round, meaning he'd be able to affect the board state more effectively. It's
Oh
yeah,
man,
the Bill opening didn't help.
Bill got moved again.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's a
oh
disaster.
man, that's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say. It's just tough. It's tough because like
Yeah,
the decisions made in the early rounds, like you were saying, are just
yeah.
like we're seeing
Are
the
compounding
results.
now and
Yes.
turning into like a terrible thing. So I'm guessing Razalas is just going to back everybody with Spider into this last point and score 4 points. And give Dark the 5 points, so Dark will end up at 17 and he will end up at 19. I'm guessing.
It's crazy that after all of the things that have happened,
Yeah.
Razalas hasn't. He's scored 3 extracts and 2 secures the entire game, and same with
Yep.
Darkundo 2 and 2. Like this is,
Yeah.
this is what I said. This is Tucker not mentioned it too in the chat, but it's like this is
Yeah.
exactly like it's tough because you are slowly watching your team lose the game, and
Mm-hmm.
it's frustrating, and so
Oh yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, it's Joe was saying that it's completely avoidable. I think I agree that it is. I'm just not smart enough to understand exactly what to do there. Um I think that Darkundo made a lot of he made a lot of good decisions that like grabbing the piece
Weren't
with
backed up by
ASM.
yeah,
It
exactly.
all made sense in theory. I just think that
Mm-hmm.
like I think the answer was you should have at least brought Rhino instead of Bill here. I don't know, like what did Bill obviously did nothing. Like he did nothing other than gain 2 points on the end, but Rhino could have like been beating up on Okoye, or sorry, on Shuri, and throwing stuff
Yeah.
at Black Cat. Like he had,
That should be a cape. Oh my god, yeah. A badge for
yeah,
winning the
yeah,
game without robbery.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, that was
I don't
it's.
know.
um,
Yeah. Rhino would have been a more proactive piece for Dark. Did he have him in his list?
yes, he did. They both had Rhino.
Okay. Okay.
I was definitely assuming we'd have a Rhino battle here, but
Mm-hmm.
he brought Bill instead, and he just didn't. I think that's probably the mistake. Like the big one of the bigger mistakes made is that
Yeah.
you have a D shape like Rhino is like built for D shapes. Like his entire
Yeah.
kit is super strong for rotating, and like you'd get to run around these D shapes, throwing every one of these big terrain pieces that are all over the map. Like the map would have been cleared basically, and that
Yes.
just obviously has not happened that way. So you brought Bill, who's okay at D shapes, but not not anywhere close to how powerful Rhino is, and that extra steal to get yourself 3 steals against Razalas is 2. Now you're 2-2 on steals. So if you steal the counter, like you're probably just gonna get countered and stolen back from you. Like
Yeah.
over the course of 4 rounds, like Rhino only needs one steal to just kind of like he doesn't need. He's usually not. If you're in a situation where you're on an extract lead already, Rhino's never gonna need more than one steal in like
Yeah.
99% of games. So
Yeah.
that's all the thoughts I have on Darkundo's build here, but he
Mm,
played well. He played. I think he made a lot of great activation decisions and orders and sequencing. But then
mm,
obviously he needed dice, and they
yeah.
to make those happen, and they just did not.
Is it? No, he can't double Miles Spender. So he probably kicks Shuri and then Spender's Black Cat. And then the follow-up Storm activation will probably daze him if like the dice continue. Let's hope not.
Yes. So
Yeah, he can heal himself, so maybe that's enough.
okay, that's gonna get Shuri, but so no wild, so no throw into Black Cat. But you can
Yeah,
spend her, and you can daze her here.
yeah. If she takes more than, and he preferably needs to roll no damage with a spender
Oh,
or
because if you,
Dazer.
yeah, you need to do one or the
Yeah,
other basically, because you don't want Black Cat to
yeah,
steal from you.
yeah, exactly. Luckily, Shuri's leadership is out. She takes. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no,
So here we have the roll.
taking
Is
two
it a?
exactly. That's like the
Oh,
worst case.
Jesus, that's the worst case. Is he in? No, Cat already has a thing, so I guess he has to immediately steal it back with Cat.
Yes, but that's reasonable, right? Or hold on, ASM hasn't gone yet. Oh, we have a disconnection.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I see.
All right. I just got to get back in here. Yeah, I know. Every time the game crashes, I think like that's like that goes through my mind. It's a rage quit.
Yeah. Maybe.
Would the
I don't
game
know.
would it be more fun if there were like would it be better for the community if more people flipped the table when they lost? I don't know. Like, yeah.
I mean, there is a setting to do it, so I mean, why not use it?
I'm
I mean,
surprised like it doesn't happen. Like there should be like it should be just like I want to say that like when you play in the finals of the league, if you lose, you should like flip the table.
oh yeah,
But
sure.
like but then it's like what does that send out to the tabletop community in general? It's like we're just a bunch of whiners. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like the message it sends out.
Yeah,
Like hmm.
that's true. We all want to be resilient individuals, or appear to be resilient individuals, I guess.
It's tough. It's
Uh,
tough when you really want to you
yeah,
feel like you feel like you've put in enough work to win the event and then you don't. And
yeah.
I mean, obviously
I mean, you've been there like way more oftentimes than everybody else. Well, like than me at least. Like this is my first time in top 32.
so
You've been here a couple of times.
it hurts, but it hurts less the more it happens. So just what the
Yeah,
advice I would give to people is play the game more and then
yeah,
you'll lose more and it'll feel less bad when you do
yeah,
lose.
yeah, yeah. A friend of mine also has the thing that so if you roll enough dice, things in tend to even out. So like you get occasionally amazing rolls, but you also get a bunch of bad ones.
Yes, yes.
So I'm hoping that ASM just pops off in this last round and gets him another round. I
Yeah,
think that's the best case scenario for like it's a 5 point model.
I know.
It has to do something, right?
I agree. It would be I don't know what to say. It would be tough
Yeah,
if
yeah.
man. He's
I
rolled
mean,
literally no not a single
yeah.
success on every attack he's done this game. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
here we go. Looks like we're getting back in here.
You have excellent transition screens.
I've Had a few games break on me, so I'm prepared for that to happen. Yeah.
So his outs. Okay, so let's see. Uh, oh, so we just crashed. So we're going to have to. So the mod is gonna be a little bit wonky
Yes, that
after
is
this, right?
correct. That
Yeah.
is, yes.
So his outs. So he needs to prevent the Wakanda from scoring 1 point effectively, or he needs to end up with the same amount of points as the Wakanda player after this round.
Okay, looks like the mod didn't actually. I'm seeing good visuals here on the mod. So, okay.
Okay.
What am I? I think everything looks like normal. And we're seeing. All right, so that was Miles going into Black Cat. Oh yeah, so he rewound time or he loaded a previous save. That's why we're seeing it not be
Yeah,
funky.
probably.
But anyway, we
Yeah.
saw Miles do a spender into Black Cat, and 2 damage went through.
Yep.
And there we go. He's adjusting Shuri's days. Black Cat takes 2 damage, and we'll drop the extract.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He probably just picks it up. Even though it gets stolen from him immediately. But, I mean, Black Cat will be stuck there. I guess I would also put a slow on Black Cat so that you could displace her off the point.
Okay, yeah, so we got it. They got it. Black Cat takes 2, yes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good. We don't need to... All right. Yeah, so Miles is done. Yeah, so now Black Cat's going to steal that piece. ASM, what does he have?
Oh, he
Yes.
forgot to put the slow on Black Cat.
When does...
That could...
Oh, for the leadership, you mean?
Yeah. Should totally. I mean, he's probably thinking about mission objective, but he can't mission objective onto his own Black Cat since he's holding a piece.
Also, Black Cat doesn't prevent mission objective. Like, because mission objective
Oh
only
yeah,
works
when it drops.
when it would drop, and Black Cat
Yeah,
doesn't
actually.
drop it. It transfers directly from Miles to Black Cat. And so,
Yeah.
yes, be careful about that if you're playing the game. That
Yeah, that's true.
that Black Cat bypasses the trigger period for mission objective.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, although the Razalas has to see that play. Yeah, he sees it. He's got it. But yeah, putting the slow on her would have been. I mean, I won't say it's huge, but it's one of those little things that add up. I mean,
yes.
It's a little bit too late now, but
yeah.
like the ability to displace her off the point and just leave her alone is quite handy. But because he's taking the piece, he probably has to like tank through a couple of activations here.
Yeah, I mean, so you're moving and you're going to then attack. Oh, so you're not going to attack Miles because you don't want to trigger fallback.
Oh, yes, that's true.
But so you're going to steal first and then attack Miles after to gain power to use on the Extremis console if possible.
She can't. It's an action, so she has to.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Stealing is an action.
She's
yes.
walking and moving.
Yes.
She's just walking and stealing and just staying there.
Okay, so she is vulnerable to being dazed. What's the 3 measurement on Storm, I wonder? I don't think that's anything that's nothing that I can see as significant.
No, it's maybe for the displace.
I think it might be to position Black Cat in a spot where you can't stand on the point and be in range 3 of Storm. Like so you're using Black Cat to body block and defend Storm from being attacked. Oh yeah, see, it's maybe that's my guess. But anyway, that's something that like good players do here is that they won't just position the character in a spot because it feels good. Like that's what I do. Okay. But they will consider what their opponent's moves are and try to think ahead a little bit when they actually like everything is kind of thought about. If possible. Okay, so we're seeing ASM roll. There we go. We're seeing 4 successes into Black Cat defending 2. The trigger goes off here. So this means that are we gonna see Wakanda? Or we can't. She had no power. Okay, so she
Yeah.
takes 2, and the trigger happens, which means
But
that no one to
he
trigger
he
against.
can't. Yeah, no one to trigger again, so nothing happens. I guess just roll more dice into her and daze her and
Yeah,
pick up the piece.
I'm just
So that means he would be at 5 points to 4. So he still loses. So he needs to swing 2 more points somehow.
I'm just better in the chat. It's cheering for Razalas. He was. They were actually teammates in an event, a 3-person team event that was like online. I don't know. I think it was. It was actually it might have been in like September or August of last year. I remember because I participated in it, and his team won. Razalas and Rain, aka I'm just better. They won the
Yeah.
event, so that was fun. All right, so so then yeah, let's see. I think Razalas is pretty locked in here.
Yeah.
Storm has she can still go, and she's got 3 power, so she can.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have last activation. What am I seeing here? I'm seeing a pass right here. Razalas passes. It can just steal the win. All right. So Johnny as a webs player, he thinks he still
Okay.
sees lions for
Yeah.
darkundo with only 3. He will have last activation, so that
Yeah.
might be impactful.
Yeah. I'm just not seeing I'm not seeing a line at the moment that is like it feels like everything he has to do relies heavily on dice. From there, can he reach that? I don't think so. Maybe.
It's
So
close. You might be able to throw the character off but not get on the point. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
If they're on the
yeah.
okay. You want to see the range 5
Oh
tool. Okay,
no!
what are we seeing?
Oh no,
Oh, he
dude.
rolled 1, didn't get Black Cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's really bad.
That's yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Okay. So he's
Hmm.
thinking of moving Storm onto the point, maybe, or no? He's seeing what Darkundo's Black Cat can do,
Yeah.
and his Black Cat can double move onto the point. It looks like, or it's close, and she has 2 power to be able to grappling hook to guarantee getting on the point. So
Yeah.
maybe Storm moves over there and throws an attack into
Her away,
Darkundo's. Yeah, exactly, and then
or
also
just
heals.
throws her away
Yeah.
and heals Cat.
Well, she'll have to do a damage, so you attack into Miles or something. To if you get
Yeah.
a power from that attack, uh, you get to then heal Black Cat.
Yeah. You probably throw Panther off the point.
Okay,
Since Rhino is yet to go.
Rhino is looking to body block Black Cat. It seems. That's what
Yeah.
Razalas' movement tools suggest.
Mm-hmm.
In about 35 minutes from now, I'm streaming another Top Cut game. It's going to be between Johnny Pastrami and Phoenix Ben Hayes, and that's going to be a Webs versus X Force match. So tune in at about 8:30 Eastern time.
Weren't you gonna promise yourself not to stream all the cut games?
I mean, I did, but then it's like they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
People love them. People love them. So it's like it's
Yeah,
hard
that's
to
true.
not. It's hard to not.
Yeah, and it's interesting. These are interesting games. Like the people here have been through like a grinder to get here.
Yes.
So that's for sure. Like all of these games, like all these players are amazing.
That's a good call out. Yes, every player here had to either win an event or go X and 1 in an event as well. One of those 2 things had to have happened in order for you to in order for them to be here. So yes, we know that
Yeah.
they're all excellent players. You're making it out of what 280, 290 players, I think. Were
Yeah.
signed up for all of the qualifiers, or the at least the most recent qualifiers, and this is the top 32. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge accomplishment to make it this far. So yes, props to both of these players for doing so well this season.
So he can double move and throw Panther off, or ideally throw Rhino into Panther and daze Panther is a line, but then Storm just walks and picks it up. So interesting. So yeah, he noticed that he could maybe throw Rhino into the spot there.
Okay, so he's healed Black Panther though, and Rhino stayed on the
Yeah,
point. Healing,
yeah,
but still, let's see. Okay, so now Darkundo's to go with Black Cat and Bill. He has to go with one of them right now.
yeah.
Oh, and Wong, or Wong too. So
And Wong. I think probably you do like a pass with Wong, just heal and stay on the point. And then you have to do another activation because
yes,
Storm probably wants to be second to last.
I mean Storm could
Um,
just move if like you could just double move and throw Wong off the point. Like you know what I mean?
that's
Like that's
true.
like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that's enough.
so because Wong is definitely not going to be the last activation, right? To save that, because the same thing can happen to
Yeah,
Bill. Storm
yeah,
can just double walk and toss Bill off of the point. Like there's nothing here now. Like because of that, because the Storm's gonna be able to pick on any of those
yeah.
characters.
I think
Okay.
if Black Cat would have dazed, it would have been a completely different game. Like, well, not a completely different, but then he would have had a chance at winning. But I think it's like I'm not seeing a line that gives
Unless
you
there's
a
a blunder, basically, yes. Unless
yes,
something is thrown on, but I don't even know if is it possible to throw. You only need one VP, or hold on. I guess you're
yeah,
down. You're like two. You need to win 3 VPs to guarantee the win, and you're holding 3
yes,
extracts and
mm-hmm,
2 secure, or you're holding 3 extracts and 1 secure. So,
yeah.
all right.
So I guess our call for putting Bill into the middle in turn one turned out to be true. He ended up getting stuck there. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's okay. You know what? The thing is, you have to appreciate the games that come down to
hmm
the final activations because I've watched a lot of them now at this point, and that doesn't happen as often as you would want it to. Okay, often games are
hmm
determined in the first half, and the latter
Yeah.
half is just the one player who's losing attempting Hail Marys, right? Attempting
Yes.
like 10%ers to put them into the winning position, and
Yeah.
but I mean, like they're 10%ers for a reason, all right? Because they're
Yeah.
all right. Here we go. We have Black Cat moving onto not onto the point. Looks like the red, but so that's not great for red. But
That a
yeah,
splinter or just a regular attack?
pierce the
Okay.
attack, so 3 damage goes down. All right, there
Yeah,
we go.
she got her.
But she can't pick it up because she's holding. So
Yeah.
Wong could rotate and pick it up, but Storm can now just pick this up.
Yep.
So I would not be surprised to see that happen. Mission objective, of course. Into
Into
ASM. Okay. Wait, hold on. What? What? I thought the
oh right.
red.
Yes, yes, yes. She can
Oh,
mission it. Yeah, yeah, that's actually very cute.
she active. She.
Yeah, she
Very
missions
cool.
after
Love
her
it.
own
Love
and
it.
then picks
Yes.
her own. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
exactly.
All right. All right.
So
Yes. Good play. Very smart play by
yeah.
Darkundo. Yes. Mission objective.
Yes.
I've done this too, and I forgot about it. Yes. Mission objective is active or reactive. You can pay if you're the
Mm-hmm.
active character. It's your turn. You can pay 2 power to use the ability that mission objective
So
offers.
3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4. He's still no 6 to 3. He can actually bring it into round. He can actually
No, he won't
I
be able
think we're
to
gonna have
now.
an
I don't think so. If he wins 3 points, it's over. Oh, you're right. I see what you're saying. A 6-3 is a tie game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and he goes to and he has the advantage going to the next round,
Ooh, look
like
at
a
that.
slight advantage, but still.
All right, hold
Oh
on.
my
Wait,
God.
Tucker, Tucker, not.
Yeah.
He
Mm-hmm.
called the Webs winning here. We'll see if.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Johnny had
Yeah, yeah,
faith
okay.
the
You're trying.
entire
No, no,
time, right? Yeah.
Johnny's bringing us back to reality here on the chat. All
Yeah.
right, he's bringing us back. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Storm.
Yeah. Storm through. Yeah, for sure.
All Raz has to do is pass, and it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. But he has to pass.
Yes, the move has to be done.
Yeah.
Um, even if you move Storm there, hmm, you might actually win if you, as long as you displace Wong into a spot that's not favorable to
Mm.
his position and just move on to that point anyway with Storm. You could still win.
Yeah.
Wong could spike you and kill you, I guess. But
Theoretically, yes.
he gets okay. So he gets a pass. So Razalas, it's turn to go, and Storm has is
Yeah.
the only model left that Razalas can
Yeah.
use, and darkundo has two models left, and therefore when it's your turn to go and you've got less models left to activate than your opponent, then you can pass, and therefore um, you'll still keep priority. The priority won't shift in this case, but yeah, you don't have to go. Which looks like who's the clock on? Clock is on. Okay, he
Dark.
passed. There we go. So
So he has to rotate Wong. He can't rotate him through the
he
thing.
can't. He can't. I think Wong being behind the building has kind of screwed over any sort of rotation that Wong could offer. But
Yeah.
even so, if you even rotated Wong like towards Bill and put him there, like Storm just double walks and throws Wong off and that's how he wins. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think. But
Mm-hmm. No, Juggernaut. It's on a turn by turn basis
yeah. So that
or activation by activation basis, actually. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. People don't play Maw or Scarlet Witch enough for the be able to turn this off. But realistically, that would have probably been used in the earlier rounds.
Yeah. Okay. So
Wait, yeah, so yeah. So he can't get an attack in. And if he moves Bill and throws Storm, he loses the game.
all right. Let's see how fast their little hands on the app move, because that'll determine if Darkundo has resigned or not. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see, they might start just chatting about the game as a whole at this point, because like there's mathematically, now that Razalas has almost certainly passed here, the
Yeah.
clock is on Darkundo that the
Hmm.
game is effectively over.
And he can catch either Bill or like he can throw Bill or Wong off. So it doesn't really matter who moves or who goes, really.
Yes. Yep.
Still, it's what it's 1917. Yeah.
Yeah, looking like it. Looking like four VPs for. I don't know if I don't think Bill gets onto the point that Panther's on. If he does, it would still be a.
Yeah.
If he does, Bill. Yeah. So I don't know. This is where
You
if as the blue player you need to make sure you've calculated your points,
yeah.
because you can like disaster can still strike. Like we're talking about like in the chat mentioning how what's possible to lose the game, and those things could in theory happen if so
Yeah.
just be, if you're in the winning position and you're on the last few activations, like don't mess them up. Okay.
No.
Or try not to.
we've seen way too many game losses to that thing. You're
Of
like very
course.
comfortable in the lead, and then you do this, you do one blunder, like one small blunder, and the game completely like slips out of your hand.
Yes, yes. It is everyone it has happened to pretty much everyone. I don't know how,
Yeah,
so it's like a and it'll happen to you. If it hasn't happened yet, it'll happen to you for
yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Okay.
Bill sitting on 7 power feels bad. Yeah, so I guess, yeah. So I guess
Yeah, there.
if you would have put him there in the last turn, he wouldn't have as much trouble now. But
Yes,
still,
exactly. Yes, being on the terrain piece.
yeah.
But
So double walk,
and a throw.
throw,
You've got
and
flight on
even
storm. So.
if, yeah, and even if Bill walks over there and throws the tanker into her, it doesn't matter. He still loses. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yep. So there we go. Once the points have been added to the board or the concession has happened, we'll jump into their chat and we'll just ask a couple quick questions.
Mm-hmm. I didn't write anything down though.
No, that's okay. We'll just I kind of ask the same questions every time. If
Yeah,
people who end up watching the questions at the end will probably notice that.
yeah.
So yeah, it's we'll see, I guess. All right, so Bill's now throwing Storm off. This is just VP, just for like the sake of VPs. But we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see. So we're gonna see the web player score 4 VPs plus.
Mm-hmm.
Do they win this bottom? Maybe it's 5. They win the bottom, so that'll be 5 VPs,
Yeah. So they
and
go to
it'll be
17.
Wakanda will get 3 VPs,
Yeah. Yeah.
scoring 18, 17 to 18. Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Still despite the horrendous rolls from ASM, it's still 18-17.
I know, it's crazy. All right, we're going to jump into their chat right now then.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Have a good luck for the rest of your games.
Appreciate it. Lucas is going to jump in, I'm sure, and
Hey,
chat with us for a bit.
do you
Hey,
have a second,
like,
Darkundo, to chat?
who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you. Do you have a couple minutes left to just talk about the
Oh
game?
yes, oh yes, I am.
Okay. So just I would like to know how you were
Mhm.
feeling at the beginning of the game, like when you saw his team. Did you have any thoughts and your opening round one? Because from what I saw, I feel like you played the round one really strong. You made him play 2 very strong tactic cards for basically what was expected out of his team, what was expected out of any team, which was to get a 5-4 lead when you have this crisis combination. So to us, it didn't feel like he got a lot out of the Spirit play because of your aggressiveness on the extracts and all that. Like, so overall, how were you feeling in the early parts of the game?
I was very upset with me, if I must be honest.
Okay.
Because I thought he would have played a different squad. I didn't expect him to leave Black Panther in the middle of the battlefield.
Right.
And I really regret I bring a Bill instead of Rhino, because that will be a very different game.
Yes.
So I really regret my choice, and that's it.
Right. I understand. Yeah, we were saying that on commentary as well, that the pick Rhino would have been a better option to rotate around in. But yeah, I think that you played to your outs. Like, I think you made a lot of great decisions. It's actually kind of crazy that your ASM's first 2 attacks rolled the exact same dice which was, of
Yes, that
course,
was very crazy.
of course, all misses, which was wild. I think we just pointed out, actually, at the end of the stream here, how ultimately the game was a 1 VP differential, and that could have been completely the other way if ASM did more than what, or did at least what was expected of him based on the cost it brought, the cost to bring him onto the table, which obviously it didn't feel like it was worth 5 threat in this case.
I totally agree with you, and that was quite upsetting. But this is also a dice game,
Yes.
and you have to stay with that. So just take it with philosophy, and that's it.
Yes. And okay, so then, yeah, before I continue, I just want to say congratulations to both players for making it into the top 32. Not obviously, very few players each season get to this point. So, so please make sure you're proud of yourselves over how far you've gotten here. And I hope to see you play in the next season, darkundo, because you made a lot of great decisions, and I think, I would expect you to do as well next season if the dice are in your favor a little more, maybe. I don't know.
That's okay. I will attend the next season
Very
for
cool.
sure. I really enjoyed the game all the season till now, and also this game was a very nice game. My opponent played a great game and was very kind, so I cannot say anything bad about the league.
Very
Besides,
cool.
thank you for everything.
Okay, Razalas, so congratulations on winning the game. You basically held 3 extracts for the game up until this last round and 2 secures. You held all your characters onto 1/4 of the board. Like, talk us through like what your thoughts were at the beginning and like and what your plans were for the game.
Yeah, this is a really fun game from my perspective because like he started off by basically forcing my hand. I really didn't think I could eyes with Bill with this thing here, which probably was good in the end because it forced me into a different squad. That was just really fast and able to rotate. And then during deployment, I kind of knew because when I saw his team with Bill and ASM, I knew I had to grab the middle point first because if I don't, I can't pressure. I mean, I can still pressure his back points with Black Cat and Panther, especially this one here because all he had was Black Cat on that side. Because he was actually forced me onto this corner by putting Bill over here with ASM. As soon as I see those two characters together, I'm like, I don't want to try to fight a point off Bill. And if he's sitting on this D, I'm perfectly okay with that, especially with Rhino being able to grab this one, stand here, and be able to, at any point during the game, if he activates Bill early, he can just double walk, and even with holding a point, robbery his point away and just take an extra 2 BPs.
Yes.
Super easy. So from that perspective, like I was very comfortable early on, and then just like the way that the setup and the price use, I felt like my activation order was interesting but somewhat determined. Because I really wanted to start with Storm and walk, like grab, walk.
Right.
But with ASM in the middle and the way he set up, I just felt I had to take the middle one, which I think forced him to go with ASM. But because I had a steal on both sides with Rhino and Black Cat,
Yes.
I wasn't as afraid of that. And I positioned in a way that I can attack either his back points if needed with my long movers, who can then pounce away. So stay relatively safe. Because again, he can't really punch me very hard either. It's part of why, like, at 17, I like being able to not bring a Koye and just play this very, like, Storm I feel is underrated sometimes as a 3 threat with a range 3 throw.
Yeah, I was thinking that you would bring Killmonger and Okoye instead of Shuri and Storm. So tell me like what your thoughts were on those two versus the other two.
So, in general, in my experience, Wakanda versus Webs, I like this setup generally because I'm doing a similar thing to them, just a turn faster. Because my power generation all happens up front. So I have my steals available round 1. I have my throws available round 1. So I know you said that like I only got the 5-4 lead, but I feel like that's actually really good against Webs when I still had my this is a robbery card available to me.
Yes.
it's just like one of those situations where I wasn't expecting him to be able to really put pressure on me. So Okoye's value drops significantly. And then if we're playing this wide scenario game where it's going to end on round 4, like there's not really a way that this game doesn't end on round 4 with 9 points available, one way or the other. Then Killmonger, I just feel is ineffective if he's not making multiple attack, like double attacks every turn, and it's easy for his team to make that not a thing for me. So it was more of just like I looked at a team with them in it, and like normally I don't run the double threes. Like usually Bill and Rhino, you know, I'll take like Rhino Bill and then Panther Shuri Okoye at 17. But this map, this setup, because I'm playing webs who aren't very, I just valued the extra displacement to score points over the what's it called? Just the killiness.
Yeah,
like I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't want to try to like out attrition a web's team in a game that's going super fast, because if the dice don't go for my way early, then it's really hard to catch up.
Yeah, that's very fair. Yik, do you have any questions for the players?
Yeah. So Razalas, did you ever like did the ASM leadership ever catch you off guard at any point in the game?
No, again, like early on, I knew it was going to be tough, but then I am less. That's so scary leadership if I'm rotating. He just the way he's set up, and having Bill over here basically let me ignore Bill, and Bill didn't want to interact. He failed like every spider roll, I think.
Yeah, basically.
So like he basically didn't want to play the game, and I was perfectly fine with that. So if I have all my characters standing over here, I'm not really too worried about them being slow. I'm worried about the all webbed up turn, but outside of that, I think he kind of got me a little bit here with placing Black Cat off the point, but then Shuri decided to just be a boss and not die at 1 life and save me that point. Sure. So like I got bailed out kind of from that. I mean that's the kind of my game plan with Wakanda, is usually take an early lead and just hope that, not that the dice bail me out, but that the dice don't fail me so bad in like the midterms that I lose the lead. And ASM definitely helped by like just flubbing his first 2 rolls. Like
that was brutal. Yeah,
I got pretty lucky in that spot.
So Dark, have you been playing this leadership a lot?
Yes, I usually like a lot Amazing Spider-Man leadership. It was quite a long time I didn't play him. Maybe in the last 2 months, I've tried different characters. For example, I tried a lot of Gwenom and also Scarlet Spider. So in the last 2 months, I played more of Miles leadership, but usually my go-to is for Amazing Spider-Man leadership.
Yeah, for sure. It also helps with the webbed up turn. You can just spend the power and put a slow on somebody and get the 2 extra dice, even though
that is one of the things I really like of this leadership, because when you play with Miles leadership, you always have to be very careful about where and when to play all webbed up. And instead, with Amazing Spider-Man leadership, you are more free to play it wherever you want over the battlefield, and then go slow to the other enemies.
Yeah, and it also gives you the other play. You can play webbed up and use it to displace 2 characters during 2 activations, which is could be cool. Really, really strong. But again, your dice this game were not amazing, which is kind of what, like, it's still like it's 18-17. It's super close.
Yes, it was very close, but I don't want to take any away from my opponent because of the dice. He played very, very well, and I also make some mistakes in the middle of the round, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys for letting us. Oh, sorry. Do you have any more questions?
No, I have no questions. I just wanted to thank them for the game and wish them the best of luck.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for streaming.
Thanks for letting us stream the game.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll catch you guys next time, and good luck in your future games.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night and good luck.
All right. There we go. The first game of the cuts is in the books. I got another game coming up in 10 minutes, so stay tuned. Thanks to both players for letting us stream the game. Thanks for Yick for joining on commentary. I just spur of the moment, so that was awesome. It was great to have you on. And good luck to Razalas, who makes it into the top 16. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next one.